All right, everybody, we'll go ahead and start. Um, Good to see everyone tonight. As I mentioned earlier, welcome to the February edition of the Pittsburgh Yards virtual monthly update meeting. For those of you that this is your first time, I want to welcome you and introduce myself. I'm Walter Slaton with Stream Realty. Along on this call also is my wonderful colleague, Ms. Michelle Jones, community manager here at Pittsburgh Yards as well. Michelle, just say hello, wave everybody so they can see you out there. Um, we definitely are really glad to be at this phase that we're in here now at Pittsburgh Yards, where we have tenants in the building, we have a lot of activity. We also have, the type of activity that we would like to see, particularly where we have started to have our co-working members inside the building as well. Um, what I would like to do, hold on, y'all, let me let up a couple more folks inside the meeting. What I like to do is just kind of tee up for those that don't know, Pittsburgh Yards is a development that allows for small entrepreneurs and business owners to have office space to create, and to grow, to interact, to network. The building is designed with the idea of creating a safe space for synergies and allowing for particularly businesses that need office space, whether that be large or small, to be able to have that in an affordable capacity along the BeltLine. I think here on the Pittsburgh Yards property, particularly in the last maybe couple of days, we've seen where those type of interactions that would in any other case be forced to happen organically on site, literally within the area inside the Nia Building. So that's really been very interesting to see that happen, where I've seen businesses come in, connect via just bumping into each other, just being in the same space in the Nia Building open area. So that's just been wonderful to see. The other thing I want to talk about tonight, as I always talk about from a team perspective as it relates from Stream, particularly, we are mindful that we are still in a pandemic in terms of making sure that the building is secure, that it is safe, and making sure that we're doing everything that we can possibly do to make sure that the building is properly being clean. I talk about this every month, but I just want to always make sure that we are reiterating the fact that we do take that into account. One of the things that we do to protect you is we do have a mask requirement in the building, as well as we do have multiple hand sanitizer stations throughout the building at the major entry points to the building. And we also have hand sanitizers in spaces along the break areas as well. We will actually be having hand sanitizer stations as well in the conference rooms, particularly when we start to have more use, as that has become somewhat commonplace, where individual tenants are looking to use those spaces. And then on top of that, we have a cleaning crew that comes in nightly, as well as on the weekends, and they're coming in to do the wipe downs and making sure all of the countertops and the tabletops are being wiped appropriately for the next day's use. We have a couple of tenants on the call today that I wanted to have just kind of give us an update on their experience, as now we're in the phase where we have had tenants in the building for about, I guess about 3 or 4 months now, depending upon how long you've been in the space. So I definitely wanted to have the ones that have been in the building, whether that's been short term or long term, kind of give an update of their experience and through the process as a whole, and then just in terms of just some feedback in terms of what they've benefited from being in Pittsburgh Yards since their initial start date move in. So the first person I was going to reach out to and talk and give us a little brief update is Miss Alexis. She is the owner of the One Touch Tax Service. So she's a tax preparer in our building, and she's been in probably like a little bit over a month, I think. And she's probably one of the folks that you will see on a daily basis, but she's in the front side of the building, always here to meet and greet with a smile. So Miss Alexis, if you, without further ado, if you don't mind, just kind of introduce yourself to everyone and just give us a brief summary about what you're doing here at Pittsburgh Yards.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alexis. Born and raised in Atlanta. I am the owner of One Touch Tax Service. We offer tax preparation services for personal and businesses, as well as business formation and a variety of other services. I do have a staff that works virtually from home. And they offer a variety of services from travel agents. We have quite a few notaries, what else? Credit repair specialists, t-shirt makers. So you name it, we do it. I really like the building. I like the makeup. I like how it is, how it's open. And it's very convenient for all of my clients to get here. I've had clients travel from the other side of town. They said it's super easy to locate. The building's big. They like the setup. They like the makeup. I've gotten nothing but good reviews from all my clients. So far, I love it. I love everything about it.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad that you have chosen Pittsburgh Yards, and I'm glad that your clients like it as well. That's always a good sign to hear. And the convenience factor is definitely one of the benefits of the property. I do see Miss Monique Nunnally has jumped on the call, and I didn't reach out to her earlier, but I kind of wanted to see if you didn't mind saying a word or two, Miss Monique. I know you more or less kind of you physically moved in, and you're operating out of the space kind of in and out. But if you didn't mind, would you just kind of give us an introduction to your business? And I think you have a special connection to Pittsburgh Yards as well. But just tell us who you are and just your experience so far, if you don't mind. Uh-oh, are you on mute? Okay, there you go.
Okay. Hi, I'm Monique. I'm a teacher and a business owner. So I just got home from work teaching. We are virtual hybrid. And so that is where I'm at. But when the days I'm hybrid, meaning remote at home, I will work from Pittsburgh Yards. Sorry, my daughter was eating dinner. I work from Pittsburgh Yards, and what I do is I have a business called TeachX. TeachX is an ed tech platform that supports teachers in building authentic learning experiences and co-creating learning experiences with and for community. So community engaged learning opportunities for our students to grow deeper in whatever they're trying to learn. We need to add some community to it. That's what I tell people. What we are working on now is building out a mini little video area where teachers can stream or learn how to use video equipment for this digital space. We have not actually brought a teacher in just yet, but we've been able to kind of host remote ins with teachers and kind of share some of the work that we're doing from our office, which is good. Teachers are a little hesitant to be in spaces right now, but I'm sure once it's open, it's going to be really great for us to build synergy together. Teachers need to meet jewelry makers, tax preparers, real estate agents, t-shirt makers. Like, teachers need to be in community with all these different kinds of people beyond just teachers, because our kids need beyond just teachers. And so I'm really excited to be in the space. I can't wait till more people kind of can really balloon in the space as we should. So that way teachers and students really benefit from it. I just shared this information with our Carver High School principal at our PTA meeting a few minutes ago. So I'm hoping he sees the value as well and wants to have events or activities planned for his staff in the space, so you all can be in community with our kiddos who attend Carver High School. Because right now We need you. We were literally talking about how to do enrichment programming this summer. So if you want to work with me to build out some enrichment for some of our high school babies going through some deep stuff right now, I would love to talk with you because this work is needed right now. And there's funding to do it as well. So not asking nobody to go hungry to love the kids. I'm not that one. Thank you. Say hey.
Okay, thanks a lot for that, Monique. Really appreciate that. And your guest, I see in the background as well. Were there any other tenants on the call that wanted to? I did see a couple others that I didn't speak to directly, but was there anyone else that wanted to kind of speak to their experience here at Pittsburgh Yards so far? If not, we will move on to our next agenda item. I'll pass it on to my colleague, Ms. Michelle Jones, to kind of give us an update on the engraved brick program. Go ahead, Michelle, when you have a moment, when you're ready. Still can't hear you. What we'll do, we'll work on the technical side, and then what we'll do, we'll move on. I'll reach out to Mr. Tron if he doesn't mind giving us just a quick update on the farmers market, if he's ready, and then we'll try to figure out what's going on with Ms. Michelle's connection. Go ahead, sir. Good to see you tonight.
Okay, can everybody hear me now?
We can.
Okay. All right, just a quick update on the market. I know a lot of people had a lot of questions last time when we announced it would be more of an artisan market than a farmer's market traditionally. The reason for that is just to get more community involvement. And right now we see a lot more people who make things as opposed to growing things. But we have reached out to different local urban farmers in the area and have got some traction from a couple that have reached back and are interested in the market. We don't have like a anchor farmer, if you will, but we do have farmers that are interested. We're also hosting 2 informational sessions next month. And if you need to write this down, it'll be March 11th and March 31st. And basically what we're going to be doing is if you're really whatever step you're in the entrepreneurial process, it's just information to help, especially if you're a beginning entrepreneur and you don't really know how to navigate certain things like how to start an LLC, or you just don't know maybe insurance wise what you need. We're going to be putting an informational together to get just help people get started, and we plan to continue that going forward with the market. And we just want to get a lot of traction from the community. So we'll be sending out emails and getting in the community, reaching out to some churches in the community to help facilitate these things. And another thing we talked about was having like a soft rollout for the market this spring. And basically what we're meaning is just maybe a couple of one-time markets before we start our weekly market this summer to get more so feedback and just a general feel of the market and see where we're at. But we definitely want to be ready, and we want the entrepreneurs to be ready also. So like I said, the informational, we're still debating on if it should be like a live thing or like a Zoom call, but we'll know that shortly, and I'll get the information out to everyone. So market calendars for March 11th and the 31st for the informational sessions. And if you're interested in being a vendor, also send an email to pittsburghcommunitymarket@gmail.com, and we'll reach back out to you. And some of the things to be thinking about is like insurance. If you make a product, We definitely want to be insured. We're also working on getting insurance for the market to cover ourselves. So, like I said, we're getting ready together. That's really the theme for the next couple of months, just getting ready together, make sure the market is prepared and the people in the market are prepared as well. That's all I have, unless Makisha, she's also on the call. If she has anything to add to that, Makisha Rogan.
Only thing I really could add is just that, we're not going to be experts in the field, but really these informational sessions will be for us to work together, put our minds together, brainstorm together, and we'll have some printed information from some trusted sites just for guidelines, but we really just want people to not feel intimidated. And if you feel like you want to vend, then we just want to help you get that confidence to get everything legal.
Right.
Question: have we connected with I hate the word, y'all. Don't make me say them. The water blanks. Like, I just
the Water Boys.
Don't call them that. We need another name. We need to get it out there soon.
This is a good topic because we actually did a podcast and we had a couple of Water Boys on our podcast ago. But that's one of the things I'm so passionate about, because I'm at one point I was a young Black man. I'm still young. I'm 36, but there's always that point where if you don't have young men doing something constructive, it's one way or the other. And we want to go the right way. So we definitely want to be in touch with those of the young men that have entrepreneurial spirits already and that have that business mindset, and be able to help them along their path. And that's really what this is all about, creating things for the next generation and giving them something to look forward to and keeping them out of the streets. So I don't know if that answered the question.
I'll connect you with a young man. I'll connect you with the guy who was working on something around those lines. He was working on a cart specifically to help, house all of the things they'll need. I know the city was talking about making a bottling company. I'm like, this ain't about making an enterprise out of water. It's about giving them opportunities. But so that was strange and unusual. But I definitely would love to stay connected around, at least connecting you to the guy who was working on the cart. And I pulled over, parked my car, and talked to the young men a lot. And yeah, it's definitely not about water for sure. So we got to have other things they can do and learn. Exactly. That's just the thing they do, but that ain't really what they want to do.
Exactly. And that's what we're here for, to help everyone, and especially people of color, young Black men. Like I said, it's something that's close to my heart, because I've seen people go a certain way, and if they just had something constructive to do, it could have kept them out of a lot of things. So definitely connect. And we actually talked this summer about a lot of things, me and you. So yeah, I'm all for it. All for it. Any other questions for the market? Okay, and the dates are March 11th and March 31st. And like I said, we'll get the information out as far as whether it be a Zoom or an in-person meeting, or maybe a hybrid of, if you can make it, we'll figure it out. But we'll get that information out next week at the latest.
Hey, thanks a lot, Tron. We'll try to reconnect with Ms. Jones to see if we've gotten that connection issue addressed. Michelle?
Yep, no.
Well, we hear you. We hear you.
Oh, you can hear me now?
We can.
Oh.
Second time to charm.
Oh, okay, good deal. Yeah, so just the brick project is still moving forward. And I was going to share my screen. Did you all see that earlier? with regards to a couple of so this is a fundraiser that we started about a year and a half ago. And can you all see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay, good. And so this is just the flyer that we have going, but what I wanted to share was when you purchase the bricks, we'll be using the funds, the proceeds, to add some outdoor design elements. So what you see on the screen now are the benches and trash receptacles that the proceeds would be used for. We also have a 10-foot outdoor clock that will have the Pittsburgh Yards name on both sides. It'll be a lit clock. So on both sides, you would be able to see it from the green space, I'm sorry. And then when you're walking outside of the west entrance of the Nia Building. So I want to encourage anyone who hasn't made their purchase yet. The location will be on the Southside Trail. You can see in this image where they're under construction. So the next section of bricks will be installed in that area. And other than that, the websites, I'll add it to the chat, and thank everyone that's purchased so far for your support.
Michelle, I had a question. Someone wanted to know that they have to be a member of the Pittsburgh neighborhood community to purchase a brick.
No, you could purchase one anytime. And a lot of people are purchasing them for different reasons. Like when they buy a house, they're putting their address saying they were established. When people are getting married, they're putting their anniversary dates in memory of people. A couple people unfortunately have passed on, but they were in the last year and a half. There's two that reached out to me, but they were excited that their family member saw their bricks. So just many different reasons. A lot of businesses, some of our tenants are putting their business information, and brothers and sisters and grandchildren. So you can get quite a lot on the bricks and purchase them from anywhere. Any more questions? Well, thank you all.
Thanks, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm doing double duty here. We still have the meeting going on in the building from our team with the shipping containers. So what we would do, we would actually move on to more of our property management questions and concerns. So just an update, we do have spaces available in each of the wings. So if anyone is still interested in leasing space at Pittsburgh Yards, definitely either come by the building for a tour. We do tours on Thursdays from 10:30 to 3:30 all day. And if those times do not work for you, you can always reach out to us via the PittsburghYards.com website to schedule a tour that works more in liking to your actual business schedule. We do understand if some folks can't make it during those specific times, and we can accommodate for that if necessary. We also want to make sure that you all know that we are definitely having availability for more co-working members. So if that is something that you're interested in being a co-working member here at Pittsburgh Yards, and for those that don't know how that works, essentially it is the ability to have access to Pittsburgh Yards, similar to a co-working experience. If you are in the mind of like a WeWork or a Spaces where you can come into Pittsburgh Yards, you get 24/7 access to the building. You have access cards that allows you to plug in to the Wi-Fi connection that is very fast. And I'm assuming that some on the call that can attest to that. And enjoy and connect with others in the co-working space in the building as well. Also, what we will be doing I know I've had a couple of inquiries, and Michelle has had inquiries as well in reference to events and looking to host events on site. I think Monique mentioned that as well. We've talked about that. There will be something that we'll be coming up with an update on in reference to when we will be addressing for kind of the large scale events or either the medium sized events inside the building. Right now, we have decided that's just not a good time for that, but that will be something that we will be revisiting later at a later date. Were there any questions or any concerns in reference to anything in terms of property management and leasing that you guys may have questions about? Okay, doesn't sound like we don't have any. I don't see anything in the chat other than it's like folks are communicating with each other, which is awesome. Oh, you all send me. Do you want to jump in, Tony? You know, so Tony is actually on site, and so he didn't want to jump in, but he's actually meeting with the shipping container cohort. So what I will just update from that, he's actually at the door. I'm still talking with them. If there are any, I'm sorry, Miss Judy, I see your hand waving. You had a question?
Yes, I wanted to talk about the SSD.
Oh yeah, we'll get to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely have you on.
Get ready to end.
I just want to give a quick update. So Mr. Tony Pope is on site. There was a team meeting with the shipping container cohort. Just getting an update and kind of having a socially distanced meeting to make sure that the new members of the cohort were able to meet with some of the older members and getting an update on the build out plans and some of the costs and some of the concerns that they had. That was a really good informative meeting. They will be having another follow-up meeting in another couple of weeks or so to address some of the things that they're looking to do as a marketing team as members of the shipping container site. Right now, there are a total of 12, I think is that final number, for the sites that will be likely taking on the spaces on the backside of the container site. So that's a wonderful thing that we've gotten there, because I think when I initially started, we were at about 4 or 5, and now we're at capacity, and we actually have a waiting list of folks that are interested in being a part of that. Are there any questions about the shipping container specifically that I can answer? And if I can, I'll definitely refer back to Tony about. Okay, not seeing any. We will move on to our last kind of agenda item. I did ask for Miss Judy Walker. She's a member, and I would say kind of one of the pioneer members of the Oakland City neighborhood. She's been going around to some of the neighborhoods in Southwest Atlanta, particularly. And I did want her to come and speak to this group, particularly the business owners, because she's been kind of doing an outreach, as well as what the BeltLine itself has been doing to talk about what's been going on as it relates to the special service districts. So she's going to give kind of a brief introduction and summary that she wanted to reach out to, particularly the Pittsburgh community, and particularly the Pittsburgh Yards community, as the SSD will impact us. Ms. Judy, go ahead and take it away.
Good evening, and thank you for allowing me to be here. Let me say I am not an employee of the BeltLine. I'm just a consultant working on this project. And as he said, I have been a community activist for a very long time. And it's good to see all the youthful energy and the commitment that y'all have to businesses and in the community. So I'm always happy to see that. So with the Special Services District, and I don't know if you've had a chance, Walter, to check the email that I sent you that has some information from the BeltLine. I did leave some in the lobby for your information. So what it is it does create an increase of 1% millage rate for businesses along the Beltline, businesses and multifamily residents only. It will not impact any single family residents. That money will go along with the money from the TAD, because the money from the TAD is not enough to complete the Beltline trails and fulfill the objectives of the Beltline. So this additional money will allow the Beltline to complete all the trails in all 45 communities of the Beltline. Additionally, they have pledged, it is their goal that up to 50% of the contracts to complete the trails will go to Black businesses. Additionally, there will also be $7 million set aside for small Black businesses with the small businesses, but I want to say with the concentration to Black businesses. And then it will also give the Beltline the money to complete their commitment to the affordable housing, because as we have all seen quite a bit of displacement in our community as a result of the Beltline. And so one of the things I have been tasked with is asking the businesses, and I want to go to the businesses at Pittsburgh, because y'all will see the benefit of the completion of the trails coming very soon, is a letter of support that you're supporting the creation of the Special Services District. The letters will go to the City Council. And I'm here to answer any questions anyone may have on that. No questions? Any comments? So I don't know if that's a good or bad. I did leave a template letter of just the support. Mr. Walter has it, or there may be some copies in the lobby. If you can sign it, and I'll give him either my contact number to email or send it to City Council. Just give me your name and business name so I can ensure that they did receive your support. And if anyone has some questions on that, or if it's not something you think you want to support, let me know. Let's have a discussion about it.
Thanks, Ms. Judy. And we will also have a representative from the Beltline that will be speaking to this as well. I wasn't able to get them on the meeting just because
they had a board meeting tonight.
Yeah, and they're actually doing their own kind of get out the support of the program through virtual meetings that they've been having. I think they actually had one on Tuesday night as well. So they've been adamant of kind of getting the information out to folks. So next month, I would try to have someone from the Beltline organization kind of speak to us and basically speak to some of the concerns, some of the questions, and just give a deep dive actually from the actual source. So if there's any other questions, we'll have another opportunity to address those.
And I will say, from the meetings I've attended, from the businesses that I have talked to, everyone has been in support. I did get one business to say, well, a couple of people said having the opportunity to have a business near the Beltline has been challenging. And I've told them that I've been told that they're going to try to give incentives to developers to work with small Black businesses as development takes place. The other concern is that many Black businesses are new and the rent is high, so that those are some things to also be addressed. So I will say to everyone, if you have concerns, please let them know. Because if you don't let people know, what do they say? The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Okay. And thank you for allowing me to attend your meeting.
Thank you. Well, actually, that was a kind of a good segue, Ms. Judy, in terms of why Pittsburgh Yards is such a great building because we do offer affordable spaces for small businesses that are looking for office space. So while you're coming in to pick up your information about the BeltLine or your flyer, you can also pick up information about leasing here as Pittsburgh Yards.
Right.
Anything else you have, Ms. Judy?
No, thank you.
Thanks again. So now we'll move on to the last portion of the meeting. Just kind of a small, I would like to open up the last part of the meeting for kind of a Q&A session or anything that was addressed if you didn't get enough information on. Either you just shoot something in the chat section or you just raise your hand and me or Michelle will try to answer that question as close as possible if we can. And if we don't have the information now, we'll definitely get back to it.
Quaker, did you have a question? I thought I saw your hand raised earlier when Ms. Monique was speaking.
No, I didn't have a question.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay. I did want to share a couple of the businesses that have joined us in the last couple of weeks. We have an organization called Fashion Workshops, and they teach young students, often on the weekends, there at Pittsburgh Yards, sewing techniques. And then we have another company called Shea Du Boutiques. Shea D Boutiques, they're a fashion apparel company. Another called Funky Innovations. They make masks and going to be expanding their brand to other type of apparel. And then a couple of the co-workers, there's about 15 co-workers that are using the facility pretty often. The Confess Project is one of them. And then another is Logan Wilkinson Foundation. So we're happy to have everyone on board, and a lot of good energy and photo shoots are taking place there at Pittsburgh Yards. And if anyone hasn't visited, please come and visit and maybe sign up for a tour on Thursdays.
Thanks, Michelle. Anything else for anyone else?
Oh, I'm looking for a digital marketing intern. So digital marketing intern, pusher, get us a digital presence for T-Checks. If anybody knows anybody.
Are you looking for an intern or are you looking for someone that operates in that space? Because we do have actually someone that reached out as of this week that's looking to lease space, and that's what they do. So
I'm open to it. Yeah, I mean, the internship was paid.
Okay.
I'm not here to, I was a college kid, so I get it. So it was a paid internship. So this would still be money set aside in the budget to, again, back to people got to eat.
Very true.
So yeah, if you want to connect us, that'd be great. I would love to hear what they have to offer.
Okay. Yeah, most definitely. And then if with the intern piece, if you send me the information, what I'll try to do is just cycle through connections that I have as well.
I'll put the job op in the chat. And I can email it either way.
Anything else? All right, if all minds are clear, we will call it a meeting. And if there's any questions that you all have, you can always reach out to me and Ms. Michelle via the Pittsburgh Yards website. Other than that, we will wish you all a good evening, and hopefully you're staying warm out there, a lot warmer than some of our counterparts out in the Texas area. But definitely stay warm, stay safe, and also make sure that you're taking the appropriate protocols when you all are out and about. With that, we will say good night to everyone and see you next month.
Thanks, y'all.